luxury edition iPhone like literally every other tech YouTuber, but the prices are absolutely insane.
Caviar is selling this for $6,940.
Some of these custom phones cost over $10,000. However, I managed to find one for a lot cheaper with a few extra steps involved. Now, this is an iPhone 14 Pro I've been meaning to fix and sell, and I think it's the perfect candidate for this experiment. If this all works out, it's definitely something you can try at home if you have the experience. Now, this housing in this box wasn't exactly cheap, but it's definitely a lot cheaper than some of those other luxury phones. I bought this from a bit of a sketchy website, and I'm not exactly sure what to expect. We do have a bit of a fancy box here, just like those luxury phones, and if we open it, we get nice little texture over here. Kind of falling apart already though. We'll peel back the paper. Let's pull it out. It has some weight to it. So far so good, I'm not gonna lie. And okay, what the hell? This is actually not too bad. The housing itself is apparently 24 karat gold plated, and then there's zirconic, I probably am butchering that word, but there's some sort of diamonds embedded. And then there's this cat here with these green eyes, which is also probably some sort of gem. Not entirely sure. I really want to open this up though and see how the quality is, because right now it seems okay. It doesn't seem that great, but let's find out. This looks really good. I do have a few concerns though, like will wireless charging work? Probably not. And will this limit the cell reception? I don't think so, because there is plastic around here to let the antennas do their thing. It also comes with a baggie, which has some gold buttons, some black circles. I'm not really sure what those are for just yet. And it doesn't have the bottom screws, which I'd need because the other ones are not going to be gold. I think I have some gold ones lying around though, thankfully. We also have a SIM tray, which I don't plan on using because I'm going to be using an eSIM. I'm about to travel to the US, and today's sponsor Tello Mobile has me covered. While I tell you about Tello, let me get this phone open. If you've never heard of Tello, they're a super affordable mobile provider built around simplicity and flexibility. No contracts, no weird hidden fees, and you can build your own phone plan exactly the way you want. You can even bring your own phone, or in my case, a freshly built gold iPhone. The best part is the price. Their most popular plan is 5 gigabytes with unlimited talk and text for just $14 a month. Or you can go fully unlimited for only $25 a month. Plus, every plan comes with freebies like unlimited texts, free hotspot, Wi-Fi calling, international calls to over 60 countries, and of course eSIM support, which is perfect for when you're traveling or switching devices. They also have 13,000 excellent reviews on Trustpilot, which honestly says a lot for a mobile carrier. So if you want a phone plan that doesn't drive you crazy and actually saves you money, check out Tello using the link below. Now let's open it up. All the parts on this phone seem to be OEM, which is exactly what we want. The only thing that concerns me here is that the battery is kind of popping out, and that's obviously because whatever hit this phone hit it hard enough to kind of dislodge it and move it around. As long as it isn't pierced though, we're pretty much good to go. The first step, as always, is to unscrew this shield over here so that we can remove the screen, and we'll disconnect this really messed up screen. I don't know what happened to this phone, but I hope it doesn't happen to the luxury one. Before we go forward, we noticed something not so nice. So this mod is scratching fairly easily, and we know that gold is soft, but I don't think it should be this soft. I mean, it was scratching with a microfiber cloth. So for the duration of this mod, we're absolutely going to have to protect this guy because this is a luxury phone after all, and I don't want it to be scratched. We basically need to transfer every single part of the broken, messed up housing to the new one. The first thing we're going to install on the gold housing is the wireless charger and MagSafe magnets. To do that though, we need to remove the battery and everything else in the way. Using a bit of isopropyl alcohol at the top and bottom, we can loosen up that adhesive. This is my favorite way to remove these batteries. I hate using the forbidden cheese. If you don't know what that is, remove the forbidden cheese. It's a bit of an old inside joke, but it's actually this white glue here. The pull tabs, they absolutely suck. We have the battery removed, and let's take a good look at the back there. It doesn't seem to be pierced. There doesn't seem to be any damage, just a little wrinkle here from aging. That's about it, so we'll put this aside. Next, we'll pop out the SIM tray and disconnect everything else on the board. I've been considering doing this for a while, but if this video gets 50,000 likes, I will buy a Caviar phone to tear down and see how they make them. And just like that, we've freed up a few components like the front camera and Face ID assembly. We want to keep this very safe because dust and debris going on these sensors absolutely sucks and can actually ruin Face ID. And we're going to remove the motherboard. Interestingly enough, this little plastic piece here, which actually pushes the SIM tray out so that it can be removed, can get in the way when you're trying to remove the motherboard. So you want to make sure that that is pushed in before you remove it because it's a lot easier to get it out that way. There we go. So the power button over here connects to the wireless charging coil, which connects to obviously the MagSafe magnets, and then that connects to the volume buttons and the mute switch. Removing all of those components without deforming anything or making anything look weird or ripping a cable is difficult enough. Thankfully, I've come up with a process for removing these, but first, let's remove the plastic cover and then unscrew these two Phillips screws to free up the power button. And just like that, we can peel this back and you can see how this all works. There's this little metal shield here that hits this button, hits the little nipple here, and the phone knows that you're pressing the button. We need to peel it back though because the connector is glued down to the actual housing. We'll do the same thing over here on this side with the volume buttons and the mute switch. And there we go. We have the whole thing peeled back. Here comes the fun part, and by fun, I mean annoying. We have to heat this whole bottom piece up, and we're gonna use a MagSafe puck to try and pull the magnets off uniformly, as well as the wireless charger. Hopefully that works. Doing this is slow and things get really hot. There's literally smoke coming out, but it's necessary to get it all off in one piece. That all worked out, but now we have to do something I don't think I've ever showed you guys before. We'll take out the new gold buttons, and these just go in like that, and the way to get them locked into place, very strange. On the old housing, we have this metal bar attached to this metal plate behind it, which we can just pop out like that. This kind of acts like a lock for the metal bar behind it, and to remove that, we need to kind of push up on it and then pull it right out. Now that we have all that removed, we have to install it onto the gold phone. This slides onto the new button like that, and next we obviously have to put the metal bar back on, which you pretty much just stretch out until it latches on. Now, I'm making this look kind of easy, but when I was a beginner, this was extremely frustrating. So if you ever find yourself doing this, you need to be extremely patient. And all the buttons except the mute switch are installed pretty flawlessly. The mute switch though requires us to actually install the wireless charging coil, which is exactly what we'll do. But first, let's cover up those cameras because I don't want them to get musty dusty. Installing the new wireless charging coil is a breeze, but the mute switch, it takes some real patience. When it finally goes in the way it's supposed to though, it's a huge relief. The bottom MagSafe magnet is also missing, so that is the first component of many that need to be transferred over to this luxury housing. Let's get started with the rest. I like to transfer components over one by one because there is a lot of screws in this device, and transferring them all at the same time increases the risk of missing ones. Doing this process truly makes you appreciate the phone you carry around every day in your hands. There's so many components to this device, and regular repairs don't usually require me to remove half of these, like this little microphone up here. The device actually has 4 microphones, which all obviously need to be transferred over. To remove the flash, the LEDs on the back, we have to basically remove the camera as well because there's a little screw here which is holding down the metal plate, which pushes the flash into place. It's pretty crazy to think that this rubber gasket over here is the only thing blocking water from flooding your phone when submerged. The LiDAR sensor is also really easy to remove. This little thing shoots out a bunch of lasers that helps your phone map distance, which helps your camera focus properly. Once that's installed, the rest of the process is pretty standard stuff for me, or so I thought. Once I popped in the rear cameras, I noticed the bottom mesh to block dust going into the speaker or microphone hole is non-existent on the new luxury housing. These housings usually come with them pre-installed, but it not being there means that I have to delicately extract them from the old housing and place them on the new one. Quite a tedious process, but nothing I can't handle. Next up is the charging port, which comes with the vibration motor and speaker. Now the motherboard can just tuck right in there, and we'll obviously reconnect everything that was previously connected. The front camera and speaker are next to go in. We're gonna reinstall the battery, and honestly, I have no idea if everything here will work, so I'm hoping for the best. We're so close to seeing this homemade luxury gold iPhone on. All that's left now is the screen, but I wasn't gonna put just any old screen on here. I actually bought one directly from Apple for a whopping $400 Canadian, because what kind of luxury phone would have a non-original screen? And the proximity sensor. There we go. The moment of truth. Will this gold luxury homemade iPhone boot on? Let's find out. We're gonna press and hold the power button. I think the case is getting in the way, so let's get rid of that. We're gonna press and hold the power button. It's so weird holding a phone with a big bulge in the back. Oh, we have the Apple logo, and we are at the home screen with the brand new screen on. I'm really curious to test if the wireless charging works, so let's get that done. While I'm testing this phone out, I think this is a good time to mention to you guys just how much this housing costs. So this custom gold housing with the little small parts cost me 659 USD. That's not cheap by any means, but it looks pretty good. It's hands down one of the coolest mods I've ever done, and the fact that it's gold plated makes it feel legit. It's definitely a conversation starter, but would I recommend anyone do this? No. It doesn't fit regular cases because of this big bump here. It scratches kind of easily, doesn't wirelessly charge, and the price is pretty crazy. I do wonder though if a 10K luxury phone from Caviar would have similar problems, so don't forget to hit that like button so we can find out. This is definitely joining the Hall of Fame up here as one of the coolest mods I've ever done. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.